Hi guys, Rik Marston here, SynthgodXXX. Welcome to my little thing called Synth Talk. I'm going to start doing this on Thursdays. It's going to be really cool because I'm going to be able to talk about synthesizer stuff that's coming out, things that already come out, some issues, things that have just come across my mind, things I want to share with you. So Thursdays, let's get started on this, all right? And like, share, subscribe if you haven't already done that. Again, I'm Rik Marston, SynthgodXXX. Welcome to my channel. NAMM is coming up in a few days. We've already had heard stuff from Sonic Talk, all the rap on that about what's coming out. If you're like me, you're probably going on gearsluts.com and reading a lot of the blogs and stuff about wishes and things we want that's coming out for NAMM for Winter 2019. So far, my personal pick and winner, like I've already posted, is going to be the Korg Minilogue XD with all the upgrades that they've done, the fixes they've done with the effects. Remember my personal thing, I did a live recording performance with the Minilogue as my lead synthesizer on my out-of-body music video. That is a really good synth to have. The only complaint that I had with that synthesizer, of course, is the dirty delay sound. Everything else about that keyboard was wonderful to have, and I think the Minilogue XD is a wonderful upgrade with all the new additions that they put into it, and of love blue LEDs. So seeing that, having those beautiful colors that in the dark studio is just going to be a knockout. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Again, we also seen some other stuff come up from Korg, the new Korg Volca Modular, which is completely awesome. I think that will be a great way for people to be like a gateway drug to get into modular synthesis and create tones and stuff that are just not the regular stuff. For me, I personally am not like into the modular stuff only because I don't know about eyesores. Some people are kind of finicky about their studios being like covered with spaghetti. To me, it's kind of an eyesore, but I do like the tone and the just the absolute freedom of creation with modular synthesis. So the semi-modular keyboards for me, something like say the Neutron or of course the Grandmother, is a great way to get you into modular and working with modular gear and whilst keeping your MIDI set up and everything going. So I really like that. So the XD was really bitchin'. The modular from Korg, the new Volca, is a phenomenal new tool. I think if you get a couple of those, you might really start creating some crazy music with that. The only thing is with the little mini wires, I'm kind of having a little fear that it might get a little bit hard to get to your things when you're, and if you watch the demo videos when they're trying to be quick and change and alter sounds while doing like on the fly kind of recording, it looks like they're having to go through the wires just to get to the knobs, and that just to me look kind of funky. So that's just that. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. The Volca Drum is the other thing. That's a wonderful new addition. I think they did a wonderful job with that. I think that the new mix of the modular, I always think that if you had like a couple of those Volca modulars, a Volca drum, a Volca kick, and a Volca keys would be a wonderful mix together to have a nice little setup if you're a Volca person. So I'm really A+++ on the Volca modular. I think that the Volca drums is a great idea. I think if you already have the Volca kick going, that might be a little bit better for the low ends, because from what I've heard in the demos of the Volca drum so far, it is powerful. But I just didn't hear that low end like if you were to use just the kick and be all, because that MS-20 filter they've got in there is just, it's like the VCO. It's like they got it to, it's so sub, it's so, yeah. So if you're to do it, I would definitely highly recommend adding the Volca kick to your Volca mix if you're doing stuff, because it's just, you want that low end to really kick in. That would be it. So Volca Modular is awesome. Also, we've seen some new stuff come out from Yamaha, the new CP series for those folks who are digital piano and live performers. I recommend checking those out because Yamaha's got the gear, the knowledge, and the tech, and they construct their own pianos, so they know what they're talking about when it comes to digital pianos and piano sounds and what you should have. I think they are going up against the Nords. I think the Nords have been dominating the digital piano scene forever, and that's wonderful because they have the quality, and they've added so many new things to adding sampling capabilities, load your own samples and import what you want, mellotrons and clavs and things like that that you really want to be like groovy if you wanted some 60s grooves and some really cool vintage vibes, and synth sounds, because they also have a little bit of a VA synth engine that's really wonderful. I recommend checking out any of the new Nords. Those are really good too, but the new CP series by Yamaha is awesome. And you know what's really funny is, are people forgetting that Roland released the RD2000? That is a phenomenal synth slash digital piano, stage performance keyboard. It's funny that they're totally not even talking about that when they're bringing up the new CP series that has come out, that is about to come out. I think it's available already for you to do, even before NAMM. Isn't that true? I don't know. Anyways, so those are some of the main stuff that's already been released. There's talk about some Arturia stuff. I don't know it's hardware. I think it's software. I might be totally wrong about that. So far, I haven't heard anything about Roland releasing anything. There's nothing so far that I've seen on the Gear Sluts page, which is really a trip because we're all wanting Roland to release a poly analog. You know, I think that the JDXA is phenomenal. I personally have not had one of those. I've been lusting for it, having a lot of gear lust for it. I think many people have said that the interface, or just the way that it's set up, is kind of confusing, and it's actually counterproductive in how they work. But a person like me who does like ambient, chill out, and soundtracks and just synthesizer grooves would probably enjoy the capabilities and the sound of the JDXA for the Supernatural engine and the 4-voice analog power that's inside there. Anyways, I'm digressing. I just wish that Roland would release that 8-voice poly Jupiter 8 everybody wants. We'll see after NAMM if there's any surprises, but I can't promise anything because I have not heard anything from anybody myself through the network about any Roland specials. I really am lusting and hoping that they come out with a new line of analog synths. I was kind of expecting them to release, like, the larger versions of the boutiques, even if it was just a 4-voice 49 key version, full size keys with knobs and sliders and stuff like that for any of the boutiques like the JP8 or the Juno. It would have been a really fun, and I think affordable for them to, or for them to be able to create a new line of boutiques that aren't boutique. If they don't want to do the analog, they don't have to do analog. The ACB technology is wonderful. It sounds great, but I personally feel that in today's date, where everybody's coming out with wonderful poly analog synths, I think Roland should be one of the leads, and it's great to see Korg doing it. It's great to see Dave Smith Instruments / Sequential doing it. It's great to see Moog doing it, which is a wonderful thing to be able to spill that out of my mouth, that Moog is actually releasing some really awesome polyphonic synths, 8 and 16 voice. We'll hope that for the market we get to see a 4-voice or a 6-voice for people who can't swing the $6,000 to $8,000, and I'm not knocking that, because one day I will be able to afford a Moog 1. I'm never going to be one of those people who says I can't ever get something, because you know what? I want a Jupiter 8 again. I wish I can get another Jupiter 8. I do. But and now that they're going over 11 to 15,000, it's Moog 1 sound affordable now, doesn't it? Okay. But I also have got to say, the new Behringer stuff, they're going to be doing their little thing too. I think before or outside of the actual NAMM show, we're going to be able to see the new VP330 remake, the Vocoder Plus from Roland. They're going to have their version of it. I believe they're going to be showing off the MS-101, which is basically the SH-101 analog synth, which was wonderful by Roland. Also, another one of their redos, I believe, is going to be, the 909, the TR-909. I might be wrong. I'm not sure which one of their analog drum machines are going to release, but also the Odyssey. I'm a real big fan of the ARP Odyssey. Anybody knows my channel and knows what I do. I love old school vintage, like the Moogs and ARPs, and I think that Korg did a wonderful reissue of the ARP Odyssey. You check my videos on the list here of the ones that I've done on the ARP Odyssey. You'll know I love it. It's one of the most powerful synthesizers in the industry, along with the Mini Moog. I'm happy to see that Behringer has taken the initiative to do the Odyssey 2 their own way, adding the sequencers, the lights on the sliders and everything. That really makes it unique and cool, and if they're blue, I'll buy it. You know, I'm about me and blue LEDs. It's like my naughtiness, my fetish, and that'll be a separate video, my friends, about my LEDs and light show fetish, and why I'm so into the aesthetics of synthesizers, and why that's important to drive me to write music and to work music, is the beauty and the light show. I've always thought that a light show in a synthesizer is really important, and to see stuff like the Minilogue XD come out with the blue colors, it just shows that there's a hope for the future, that they might actually start being more creative with LED lights. If you look at the Waldorf Quantum, that's a wonderful synthesizer. Some people are just knocking it because it just doesn't do it for me. Dude, well, maybe you're not into wavetable synthesis and that kind of vibe. You have to have a love for that kind of sound. The colors on that is just wonderful. If you look at the MPC Live, that's another one that has a nice little light setup. I mean, if you put something like that on it, it just is attractive to me, and it looks like it'll be in my studio. So I know that's kind of goofy because a lot of people may not be all about that. I'm not one of those type of people that can look at a keyboard that has yellow LEDs. I'm not knocking the Moog gear, but when they started just going completely yellow with their LEDs and just keeping it like that, I love the whole mix-up where they made very unique versions of the Fatty, when they had the purples, the blues, the orange, the reds with the different LED selections, the toxic green. If you look at all of my videos, I had every single one of the Moogs the Moog Fatties at one time, except for the red and the solar orange. Those are the only ones I didn't have in my studio at one time. So I love multiple colors, and blue LEDs in a synthesizer to me is sexy. The Poly Evolver keyboard is a masterpiece. Okay, Dave Smith, I'm talking to you, kind sir. Go back and hook me up with something awesome like the Prophet Rev 2 with the blue LEDs. Something like that. Be creative. Don't just stick with red. I like the whole black on red idea. That motif is cool, but it's also there. So people who want that, that's fine. But remember, color is important. Your ideas that you did with the Poly Evolver was phenomenal. It was attractive, it was stimulating, and it was futuristic, and it looked cool. People wanted to touch it. The red colored LEDs are great, but they're, like I said, they're old hat. The white ones I am so unattracted to. So when I look at the Moog ones aesthetics, it's a beautiful looking keyboard. I don't like the light show. I don't like red, I don't like yellow, and I don't like white. I've got even people saying that they like the cool spooky Halloween orange or the hardcore orange color ones. Those are really attractive too. Orange is attractive. Now those colors are really attractive. So anyways, I just wanted to get everybody started on this chat. We're going to go ahead and go back on this one more time. Start chatting about this stuff after the NAMM show. We'll go ahead and talk, Thursday after NAMM show, and try to talk about what actually was thrown at us or was revealed after. There's always the new stylophone that's come out. That's supposed to be aggressive and strong. What else are we going to see? I'm really excited. Yamaha's showing stuff. Korg has shown stuff. Let's see. I think and Behringer is going to show us some wonderful stuff that we're already waiting for. Hello, bring me that Oberheim clone, my friends. I want the Oberheim clone. That will be phenomenal. I think the OB6 was one of the best synthesizers I've ever had playing. It just sounded exactly like some of my favorite Oberheims, the OB8, the OBXA. Those are two synths that I loved to perform on and play and record in the studio with. Wonderful Oberheim powers. I will be talking to you guys on Thursdays about synthesizers, so if there's anything you have to say or any questions or any responses regarding some of the stuff that I've talked about in this video, please put it down in the comments below. If there's anything cool or attractive or bitchin' you guys need to know about, I will put links below it in our chat so you know exactly where to go to and to reference the things we chat. Okay? So if you are interested in checking out more stuff on the Korg Minilogue, check the Korg.com site, check out their YouTube page. Also check out Sweetwater.com. Daniel Fisher did a wonderful demo of the Minilogue XD. I highly recommend you guys checking that out. Okay? So I will be doing a MIDI file Friday tomorrow. I hope to get that up on time on Friday or Friday evening. And I will see you guys very soon. Bless you, and may your energies be strong and renewed. Bye.